Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, a man steals a police car after being pulled over. Candidates have their last say at the Artesia Clubhouse, and PDOT Pumpkin Days are set to begin. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, October 20th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The man who yelled during the VFW debate at Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall about being featured on the Cops television show and then yelled during candidate Sharon Worley's question and answer portion at the Artesia Clubhouse posted on his Facebook Thursday television color bars that said, "Please stand by, that blank is about to get real." David Plinsky has had his bail set at $21,000 this morning in Kent Jasperson's courtroom. Plinsky was pulled over for a traffic stop Saturday afternoon on Basin and Highway 160. Plinsky seemed to address our News 46 camera at the time he was being placed into the police car, yelling our slogan that he is connected after he was taken away for stealing that police cruiser.
Facebook, you social network, you are connected. Now, this is my test. You tired mother. No martial law, ever! You little you, this is a test!
Well, we know it was a traffic stop, traffic stop was initiated. The vehicle was going about 50 miles over the speed limit on 160 heading northbound. Our unit made a stop at 160 in Basin, at which time an altercation took place. Deputies were challenged. I know the taser was deployed. The suspect jumped into a marked car, decided to take off, and the pursuit terminated at this location in front of the courthouse.
So the officer himself took the suspect's car up here?
That's correct. Well, because he had no other way of getting here, because of his actions at the scene, the deputy was concerned about the other deputy needing a backup, because at the time the only two people that were involved in this was himself and another deputy. At the scene, the suspect was not fazed by the taser, which we know that nothing is 100%. It was in fact brushed the tasers off, and when he took off in the car. So there's the only way that without him being there and taking the suspect's car, the deputy here would have been by herself, wrestling with somebody that was acting in irrational behavior.
He got into one of the officers' patrol cars, came up here to the voting area, put people's lives in jeopardy by his driving. Our officers met him here, gave him commands which he failed to follow. He became very aggressive and approached the officers in a threatening manner. He ended up being pepper sprayed. He was then tackled by two additional officers. He fought the officers. They were able to get him into custody. The vehicle, the belief was that the suspect was going to use the vehicle in a dangerous manner. We didn't know what his intent was. And the first incident happened down at Basin and 160, and the officer immediately drew his firearm and shot out the tires. The suspect then drove off. At no time was anybody in jeopardy from the officer discharging his firearm. The jeopardy came to the subjects when the suspect drove up here and attempted to come into this parking lot, when our officers then met him and gave him his commands.
The gentleman was fighting with the deputies, and when I arrived on the scene, he was still fighting with 4 or 5 deputies and citizens who were trying to hold him down on the sidewalk over here. So we got him put into the car and around the corner into the jail. We get him under control, and now the investigators are here doing their investigation and witness interviews.
Well, first of all, I heard shots fired. They was off in the distance, and maybe about 4 or 5 minutes later, cop car come zooming into the parking lot.
I thought at first it was a sheriff's deputy driving the car, a little concerned at the speed. After all of that, I realized it was him. Understandable. Then I saw one of the sheriff's deputy draw her gun, and then I saw this person going after her.
And he kept saying, "Don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything." And with that, he started approaching her.
And when David Plinsky got out of the cop car, I was like, oh God, oh no, David, stop. And he was approaching the female officer, Officer Terrell, in a threatening fashion, and she had her gun drawn. I have to say that she made an excellent choice, and I'm really, really happy that she made the choice that she did, because David was unarmed. She pulled out her pepper spray, she sprayed him.
And saw that the back rear tire had been blown out or shot out or something, and then all the sheriff's cars started appearing. They had a little bit of trouble getting him on the ground, but whatever that lady's sheriff's name is, she's a honey. She got to him.
A lot of shooken up people there at the Nye County Courthouse. Luckily, no one was injured. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has released a photo of the second suspect that robbed Horizon Market on Bella Vista and Leslie on October 17th. Unbelievably, it appears to be the same suspect that robbed the store on September 30th. The man even is wearing the exact same clothing. The suspect this time used a handgun to commit the acts. Are wearing an orange ski mask and a gray sweater with black down the sleeves. He is described as approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall with a medium build. In the first robbery, the suspect used a 20-gauge shotgun. The robbery on October 17th, he used a handgun. If you have any information regarding this crime, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. You can remain anonymous. Early voting began this Saturday in the Nye County Courthouse and continues through October 31st. Election Day is on November 4th at your local polling place. The candidates had their final night at the Artesia Clubhouse to speak about their campaigns.
I have over 3 decades of experience as a full-time peace officer. I've served at every level in law enforcement, from detention officer to a patrolman to an executive administrator. I also served for approximately 18 months as your acting assistant county manager, which gave me an insight outside and beyond the sheriff's office. I believe that community investment begins with the fundamental responsibility of government, investing in and providing for the safety and welfare of the citizens.
I volunteered here, I've raised my kids here. I've worked for Nye County in various, many sundry ways, from starting an EMT group. We were the first ambulance crew. There were 6 of us in the whole entire front line. We were the volunteer fire department.
This is the first office I ever run for. Until last year, I never thought I would run for any office. But too many of us have lost faith in our government, in its institutions, and in its leaders. I believe the only way we can turn that around is by electing leaders who truly respect the power and importance of open, regular, and straightforward communication.
This is Attorney, and I'd like to thank you for the roller coaster rides you have provided me for the last 4 years. This is, quite frankly, one of the most dynamic jobs that you could do or ever want, and it's been an absolute joy to be your district attorney. And this is a complex job, and I don't think a lot of people understand the complexity of the district attorney's office and all of the issues that you have to get involved in. Obviously, we're the prosecutor for the county and have to handle all the criminal cases.
I have strived to maintain a positive view on the race for the assessor's office, regardless of what my opponent Shirley Madsen has tried to use for the sake of distraction for what is essentially the challenges within the assessor's office. The assessor's office is staffed with certified and skilled appraisers who know the Nevada state laws
and follow the required NRS as they apply to real personal and business tax assessments. For Shirley Matson to continually call them uneducated and saying that they don't know their job is really quite degrading for all of the appraisers who have earned their certifications and have done their continuing education to keep their certifications current.
I work for you, and I really want your input. If you have issues with something my office does, if you want something changed, please come to me, because that's what we're there for. If we're doing a great job, I like to hear that too. Unfortunately, we don't hear that very often.
If anybody has worked with me in that office, you know that not only did I have the knowledge and experience to help you, but I also had the compassion and the sincere desire to be a good person and treat you with the respect that you deserve to be treated with.
After the break, your Desert View Hospital health tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Here's today's Desert View Hospital health tip, which addresses breast cancer screenings.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
For most women, undergoing a screening mammogram is sufficient in helping to detect early breast cancer.
We still recommend mammograms in every woman who's eligible based on age, but we do know that it's more limited in women who have dense breast tissue.
Dr. Wendy Berg from the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine and co-authors examined more than 2,600 women with an elevated cancer risk and dense breasts. These women underwent 3 yearly mammogram and ultrasound screenings. In the 3rd year of the study, just over 700 women received a single screening MRI.
The combination of mammography and ultrasound after 3 years was extremely effective in finding the cancers that needed to be found. We found them before they spread to lymph nodes.
That's what happened to Lisa Renzi. Previously diagnosed with breast cancer, she underwent successful treatment. Because she was now at higher risk, her mother urged her to participate in the study. A subsequent ultrasound showed shadows in her breast, and a biopsy confirmed it was cancer.
I was devastated, but I was also very thankful that this was available to me, because had we not found it when we did, I don't know if I'd be here today.
Lisa received treatment again and is cancer-free.
Adding MRI was even more effective at finding cancer, but was probably not necessary for the vast majority of the women in our study, because we still were able to find cancer before it was a lump by just the combination of ultrasound and mammography in most of our patients.
Researchers say undergoing an MRI or ultrasound also carries a higher risk of false positive results, extra follow-up testing, and biopsies.
For each woman, she should weigh the potential benefits from the potential risks of having any extra testing.
I feel blessed because I've been given a new lease on life, to be able to watch my daughters grow up and get married, to grow old with my husband, and to live my life to the fullest.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Thanks so much, Catherine. ISIS militants launched about 15 near simultaneous attacks on Kurdish forces in northern Iraq today in what is being described as a fierce and renewed push for Kurdish-held territory. The deadliest of the targeted attacks, Mosul Dam, a hugely important location. PDOT Pumpkin Days are beginning on Friday afternoon. This fun event is held at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park and benefits disabled children and adults throughout our town.
Hi, I'm Paula Cooper.
And I'm David Barukowitz.
And we want you to come down and join us for PDOT Pumpkin Days this weekend. It'll start Friday afternoon and run all day Saturday and Sunday.
We're going to have our fire truck that we debuted last year, which we've renovated to have the addition in the back. We're also going to have our hay maze, the hay pyramid, the petting zoo. This year we've got Rosenmoor Zoo coming out of Moapa on Saturday afternoon. We will have our fall food that we always have. Of course, we'll have pumpkins for sale. We'll have our hay pyramid and our pony rides, and we'll have all the usual PDOT Pumpkin Days activities.
Also, we've revamped our haunted house. It'll be a little bit different for you this year.
And it'll be Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., It's $5 a person to get in, or you can get a wristband for $10 for the whole weekend. And we have the Monster Dash Saturday morning at 8 a.m., the 5K run. If you want more information, you can go to our website at www.pdop.info or call us at 702-516-0847.
Hope to see you there.
That event is so much fun, and we will be giving away some passes with some trivia questions in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. Nye Communities Coalition is asking for volunteers to help with their Haunted Acres to be held this weekend.
We call it a haunted house because that's what everybody thinks of it, but it's really haunted acres because we have so much more than a house to make haunted and to make scary. We need a few more volunteers for the Nye Community Coalition's first Haunted Acres, and our premise is it's a construction zone, and we have disturbed the things that we shouldn't have disturbed, and so you'll see people in hard hats and vests and stuff. No spoilers here, but it will be on the weekend before Halloween because we figured people might want to trick or treat. So the 24th and 25th, 2 nights only. Kind of at 6 o'clock, it's kind of a little bit not quite as scary. It's still scary. We're saying ages 11-ish, and up. And then come 9 o'clock, we're going to get scarier. Oh, really? Yeah, we're going to get scarier. It's pretty cool because we have so much space to play with. And as I said, we do need a few more volunteers. They can call us at the coalition at 727-9970. Ask for Francie. That's easiest. And then I can tell you when we're meeting next because I already have kids that are kind of working on work parties, creating things. And, yeah, it's very cool. It's a $7 admission charge, and you pay at the door, cash only, right there at the Nye Communities Coalition campus, right across from the school district south of Walmart. And you'll see the posters around Haunted Acres, Yeah, and all the funds are going to go to pay for kids to either go as a scholarship on a conference, like for youth conferences, or they're planning on a youth conference here in the spring. So it may go for some of the things that we can't pay for out of a grant, that it may go for that. But it's for a good cause. It's for our kids here locally.
And so for more information, give a call to the Nye Communities Coalition if you'd like to volunteer, and also the dates again for the actual Haunted Acres.
The actual Haunted Acre dates are Friday, the 24th and 25th, this Saturday, just the weekend before Halloween. Yep, 6 o'clock, we're going to open the gates and let you in. And 9 o'clock, don't bring any little kids at 9 o'clock because that would be too scary.
We'll have your sports after the break.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Weekend Sports is brought to you by Wolfenstein Construction. The PVHS football team fell short to Faith Lutheran on Friday night, making their record drop to 3-5. The Trojans remain winless on the road. Faith Lutheran's defense was strong as they shut out for Pahrump for half of the game. Faith Lutheran scored a rushing touchdown in the first quarter, and the Trojans tied the game early in the second quarter with a 53-yard touchdown pass to number 33, Case Murphy. Unfortunately, it was all Faith Lutheran after that, scoring 31 unanswered points. Pahrump scored their second passing touchdown to Dion Estes with a little over 2 minutes left in the game. The final score, Faith Lutheran 38, Pahrump 14. The Trojans bring it back home on Friday night at 7 p.m. against Sierra Vista, who is currently 6-2 overall. Their 2 losses come from Faith Lutheran and Mojave, both of which Pahrump also lost to. This will be the first time this season that these two teams have met. It'll be a tough matchup as Sierra Vista averages 14 more points per game and 100 more rushing yards per game. However, the Trojans have a strong rush defense and play extremely well at home, as they're currently undefeated on their own field. PVHS girls volleyball broke their 3-game losing streak as they defeated Western on Thursday night at home, 3-0. This makes the Trojans 5-5 in league. Their next conference matchup is tonight on the road against Mojave, who they defeated 3-2 back in September. PVHS girls soccer lost a close game to Western on Thursday night on the road. Their next game is tomorrow at Pahrump Valley High School at 3:30 p.m. against Adelson. The Trojans are currently 4th in the 1A Sunset Division, with Clark, Sierra Vista, and the number 1 ranked Faith Lutheran ahead of them. The Trojans still have one more chance to beat Sierra Vista and Faith Lutheran before heading into the playoffs. They face Sierra Vista on Friday night at home at 3 p.m. PVHS boys soccer lost to Western 5-1 on Thursday. The Trojans are currently last in league. This has been Weekend Sports. I'm Courtney Solomon for News 46.
Thanks so much, Courtney. Matt Triplett claimed his first career 15-15 bucking battle win, while two-time world champion Salvino Alves gained ground in the professional bull riding world standings. The PBR is headed to Vegas this week for the World Finals with $2.2 million up for grabs. It kicks off Wednesday, October 22nd for 5 days at Thomas and Mack Center. Let's join Chuck Coppola with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Monday, October 20th. I'm Chuck Coppola. A big day for Apple. Apple Pay launches today and the company releases its fourth quarter earnings. Wall Street expects a solid quarter given high demand for Apple's latest iPhones. Apple stock traded last at $97. A new report finds holiday shoppers will be wary of stores affected by data breaches. Creditcards.com reports 45% of shoppers surveyed will avoid retailers where consumers' information had been stolen. And that includes retailers such as Target, Home Depot, and Neiman Marcus. Some changes behind the counter at Starbucks. The coffee chain is reversing its policy against tattoos. Starting today, showing ink is okay as long as it isn't offensive or above the employee's shoulders. It also comes with a bump in starting pay beginning in January. Changes for customers, too. A new mobile app will allow you to pre-order and prepay. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Chuck Coppola.
Thanks so much, Chuck. When we come back from this break, your weather and some birthday announcements.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Monday, October 20th. Today we had sunshine with a high of 87 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 79 degrees. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 14 miles per hour, so we had some moderate winds outside. The UV index today was 5, which is moderate. Humidity was at 22% today. Sunrise was at 6:55 this morning, and the record high in 1940 was 95 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 57 degrees. That's also your average temperature around this time of year. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour with a gust up to 13 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 39%. Sunset will be at 6:01 this evening, and the record low in 1943 was 36 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour, so our winds will be calming down a little bit there. Humidity will be at 25%. Sunrise will be at 6:56 a.m. and the UV index will be 5, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have mostly sunny skies. We might be seeing some extra clouds out there next Sunday. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the low 80s, going up into the high 80s around the end of this week, and then working their way back down into the mid 70s early next week. Your low temperatures will be looking at a similar pattern starting in the low 50s, going up into the mid 60s around the end of this week, and then those temperatures will be dropping into the high 40s early next week.
Thanks, Noah. Well, I want to say some happy birthdays out there. A belated happy birthday to one of our viewers, Anna Rosico, and two people whose birthday is today, and that's Ryan Muccio and Ginger Stumney. But I do have a birthday that I really want to isolate, and that is our own Monique Mitchell, whose birthday was yesterday. And as you guys know, if you're a longtime viewer, we always bring them a cake and do all that, but hers was on Sunday. So I want to say a very special happy birthday to our own Monique Mitchell. And if you get a chance, tell her happy birthday too. And if you would like to have us announce your birthday on TV, you can just send it to me, Deanna@KPVM.TV, or news@KPVM.TV, and we'll say happy birthday over there. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From Patrick, Darby, Noah, myself, and everybody up here at KPVM TV. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.